Hey guys, it is what's today? It is Tuesday night for us, Wednesday morning for you guys, and so we are here, and it's going to be a short one, and I'm gonna explain to you why. As you guys know, let me move this camera here. As you guys know that when we drove up from LA up north, we went down Highway 1. You guys know that, and then I think we went as far as Monterey. Was it Monterey? Yeah, and then we headed home. And then we were in San Francisco to Ground Zero where the bike ride's going to start Monday, and we drove Highway 1 all the way down to Santa Cruz. Um, and there's a reason, right? And I'm going to give you my assessment now on this challenge that's going to happen in 9 months. But I want to first talk about scripture, guys. Not only is it late, but my battery is at 11%. But it should be enough to say what I want to say. If not, I will charge it just for a few minutes to make sure I finish my thought. But check this out. In Luke chapter 14, um, where's it at? Let's start at verse 28. Well, let me start a little back. 25. It says, Now great multitudes went with him, with Jesus. And he turned and said to them, If anyone comes to me and does not hate his father and mother, wife and children, brothers and sisters, hi, Ben, um, yes, and his own life also, he cannot be my disciple. And whoever does not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. This is the part I want to get to. Jesus says this, For which of you, intending to build a tower, does not sit down first and count the cost, whether he has enough to finish it? Lest after he has laid the foundation and is not able to finish, all who see it begin to mock him, saying, This man began to build and was not able to finish. Or what king, going to make war against another king, does not sit down first and consider whether he is able with 10,000 to meet him who comes against him with 20,000? Or else, while the other is still a great way off, he sends a delegation and asks conditions of peace. So likewise, whoever of you does not forsake all that he has cannot be my disciple. And I'm using that scripture because Jesus was saying, "Are you going to build a tower and not plan it?" And this could be used for a lot of things, but I'm going to use it with this bike ride coming up. And I know maybe I really hope you're not tired of hearing about it. But I wanted to make a point with this is that I couldn't just be fine with, okay, let's map it out and we're going to do this ride in 9 months. Let's train. I needed to assess the situation and really see what Highway 1 looked like. And I'm going to give you my assessment, and then maybe tomorrow I'll have Sharon share her assessment of it. Uh, Now, it's doable. Did it intimidate me? No, it didn't. I mean, we've been riding for quite a few years. I mean, yeah, on and off, whatnot, but we've we've had some good trails, some good rides in our rides, over the last few years, Sharon and I. What it did do, though, is the reality hit of the length of that ride and the conditioning and the training needed. We were writing notes down. We were seeing how safe it was. We were seeing where towns were, where hotels were, where restaurants were, bathrooms, where we could fill our water bottles. We literally went down Highway 1 and then saw the whole thing. There's no surprises now. And so my assessment for me, it didn't scare me, but we both realized it is a serious ride. And yeah, I've been riding now for quite a few weeks, doing rides, 15 miles, 18 miles, 10 miles, every day that I can, Obviously we've been quite busy lately, but every day I can. But we really, after seeing Highway 1, we said, yeah, we're going to have to bump this up a few notches, um, because it is a serious ride. With that being said, this begins today. We're actually getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and we're going to ride. It's going to be over 100 degrees. So we want to get a ride in early. And that's it. You know what I mean? Like we found that little spot with the cold drinks, that little Mexican place, and I think it's a video before this, and somebody had joked around saying, "Man, it's gonna throw you off, all that sugar." But the reality is that, yeah, we've been riding. I've been riding, but beginning today, the conditioning really begins. 9 months from now is a long time, but we want to take advantage of that time. Like Jesus said, he says, who of you is going to build a tower and doesn't plan it out? Who of you goes to war and doesn't figure out what you're fighting up against? And I'm just being biblical, and sharing you. That's why, she confessed that we had stuff to do. She has stuff to do, but she let me go and drive from Frisco down because she knows how I am. She knows how I think. And I'm going to have this whole thing planned out, not just for us, but for all the riders. I'm thinking safety. I'm thinking places to get water, places to eat, places to rest. I'm looking at the hills and seeing the reality of it. Um, what's going to be harder? Because we're talking about 6 days of riding. So I'm just like, okay, which is the hardest day? Day one, day two, day three. So every time we're riding, Sharon will be like, okay, this section here, what is this? And I'm like, this is day three. And we have both came to the conclusion that day three is the hardest one. And each of them has its own obstacles, but day three is the hard, which is right in the middle of the 6 days. So these are things that we do, and I'm just like, I'm being scriptural. This is what Jesus says. When you're going to go and fight against something, who's not going to go and assess the situation, And I do realize, realistically, the weight I am right now, there's no way. So I'm going to have to bump it up a notch in my training and in my intake, and everything, guys. So it's a serious ride. It's going to be in February. I'm going to talk to Cholo Trucker this week and try to figure out a date. Those of you that are doing the PLBS, guys, I messaged everybody. Only a few of you answered back. Hopefully, you're doing great with that. Those of you that are still interested in the Bible college, we just opened it up again for another enrollment for those of you that missed the first round. Those that are taking it are loving it. I'm hearing so much feedback of people that it is literally changing their life, guys. So there goes my phone. It's saying it's at 5% and it went dim. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the video because I don't want it to cut off. But God bless you. Thank you so much. And tomorrow we'll have a longer devotional. But like I said, we got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I think it's a little past midnight right now. So I'm going to render this, upload it, and get right to bed. And the training begins now for us officially. And that's it. All right, guys. God bless.